Let's just talk. It's not about one man show. We just talk. Why would we think about talking about at this point, talking about courtship? Let's just share, yes? Mgeni?
It has many challenges.
It has many challenges. Any other person?
I have a point.
Yes.
That youth need always be guided. Appearing to want to enter that stage.
Don't have someone in faith, someone?
Cynthia.
Cynthia, yes. What's your idea? When gents talk, ladies also must talk.
To make the right thing, the right decision, the right part, to make the right part.
Okay.
Yes. To know who's the right.
Now, what's courtship? What is courtship? Or what is courting? Courting or courtship is a relationship between a man and a woman. Sindio?
Even marriage.
But it's in early stage, development stage. In its early development stage. Mgeni mwingine karibu sana, tumekuona. Wherein they get to know the early stages of a relationship between man and woman, where they actually get to know each other and develop a deep relationship so that they could purposefully explore the possibility of marriage. I see. Yeah. It's a relationship, but in the early developmental stages. No wonder Mundia says even marriage is a relationship. But this in the early development stage where the two get to know each other. But what's the reason of knowing each other? With a prime idea of knowing each other. Why? So that they can develop a deep deep relationship. Not just superficial. A deep relationship. With the purpose to do what? To explore the possibility. Are you getting my wording? To explore the possibility. Not with a purpose to marry. It's to explore the possibility of marriage. Courting is about developing a deep bond to ensure the relationship has clearly defined direction and it's going just the right way. Now, there's something, there are two words we are using, especially when we are talking about courtship. At some point, I want to say that courtship, the word courtship, ni ile ya old school. It's an old school wording, yeah, courtship. But a courtship is a period in a romantic couple's relationship when they are dating. Now you see I brought in the word dating. Yeah? So most people go through courtship before deciding to get married. Courtship is an old-fashioned word, assuming that two people who love each other will eventually do what? Get married. And that's why I said with a full purpose that they want to get married. There must be a purpose. So if your uncle and aunt only met a few weeks before their wedding, you can say they had a brief what? Courtship. And if you have friends who aren't married but have been together for years,
I'm still courting.
Yes, I've said something. What's now your idea? You could describe the decades-long courtship. You could describe it as a decades-long courtship. The word is indeed old-fashioned. Courtship is an old-fashioned word from the 16th century when it meant paying court to a woman with the intention of marriage. You pay court. You court with an intention. Maybe I was just curious to know the meaning also. As a noun, is the wooing of a romantic partner. Traditionally, a man's courting of a woman, usually with the hope of marriage. Sawa. But now, with that, I brought in the other wording that dating. Now, and somebody may be asking, what's now dating? Yes. Si nyinyi ndio mnafanyanga hivi vitu, sasa mniambia hapo kwa dating. What's dating? Sinasikianga tu tunaenda date. Ukisema unaenda date, Ebeneza, unamaanisha nini bwana? Niko na date. Ni nini wewe unamaanisha? Unaenda kukutana muongee. Wewe na nani? Na mrembo, si ndio? Unaenda kukutana muongee yenu 2 3. That's what Denise says, anaitwa nani Ebeneza. So dating is a modern day courtship culture. Dating is a modern day courtship culture. Except it's a stage of romantic relationship where the couples meet socially to see if they stand a chance to be around each other. To see if they stand a chance to be around each other. You meet socially. Hebu mniambie ni nini mnafanya mkienda date? Kukula? Samosa? Chips kuku. Kwanza usiponunuliwa mrembo, usiponunuliwa chips kuku. Alafu unapata jamaa wengine amenunua chips kuku, mrembo anakula na yeye anakunywa maji. Hapo sasa anajifanya unajua, my dear, you know I ate, I'm so satisfied. Ama when I see I don't have appetite. Hiyo yote ni uongo. So some would prefer dating to hooking up. But that's more like when a guy and a girl meet each other looking for a physical encounter and do not expect anything. Hope you got that language. Some would prefer dating to hooking up. Now I brought in another terminology. Nilianza na koti, nikakuja date. Dating sasa ni hook up, hooking up. So as much as we talk about dating as socially to see if they stand a chance to be around each other, some would prefer hooking up. So, oh, let's hook up. Hello, are you there? Leo madam ametoka, si to hook up. Hooking up. But that's more like when a guy and a girl meet each other looking for a physical encounter. Hooking up. It's not now just socially kukula chips kuku. It's more you're looking for a physical encounter and do not expect anything. Physical encounter but no expectations. You could say dating is a form of courtship that takes place in a society where it takes place in a free market. Dating is a form of what? Courtship that takes place in a society where it takes place in a free market. You definitely have heard the phrase, I am dating someone. Sindio? Hata si nyinyi mnajua mna date. Like a million times. Which is very common nowadays, except there is a gray area that follows it around. Dating has become more of a trend that defines everything from hooking up to being in relationship, which makes it a difficult term to navigate. The definition of dating varies for everyone. It varies for everyone. Dating could mean you are seeing someone occasionally, or you are going on dates, exploring relationships, or you are dating someone specific and it's a serious business. And that's where we go wrong. Because there are three things in the name. Ya kwamba you are dating, maybe when Cynthia is talking about dating, is simply, I'm going out to see Mundia. But there's nothing much. They are only meeting. Sasa Mundia vipi ya story ya shule kwisha. But there is the other aspect whereby dating could mean you are seeing someone occasionally. Occasionally, not often. Sawa. Occasionally. Or you are going on dates, exploring relationships. Huyu ni mtu. Nyarota ako naye kwa akili. Anajaribu kuangalia kabisa. It's not a biashara at you just meet, you know, when you just have a casual friend, normally what you do, even if you woke up in the phone, what do you say? Hi, I'm a morning. But when you have a serious friend, you don't write morning and hi, you write good morning. Hey, guys, are you getting the difference? Good morning. And it's not just morning, you add value. It's not about bye, see you, have a great day. Or you are going on dates, exploring relationship, or you are dating someone specific and it's serious. Are you seeing? There are three things. One would be dating in a manner that to that fella is just we can meet. Those are peers. Ni mtu tunajuana. We can get out, go out and have fun, or twende tukule chips kuku. Imeisha hivyo biashara, si ndio? Na ingine ya kwamba you are seeing someone occasionally, not occasionally, but that's on exploring relationships. And if not, it is someone's, you know, exploring relationship. Unaanzia na huyu bwana, unasema unaitwa nani?
Solomon.
Nani?
Solomon.
Yeah, nilienda kwa youth fellowship. Leo niliona Solomon. Umetoka from Solomon umeenda, alisema yeye ndio chairman basi. Huyo pia afadhali nitafute tukunywe soda. Kama ni nani? You know, you are just exploring. You have nothing in mind seriously. You are only but explore. Unafanya exploration. Unataka kukua historian, kujua vitu ilikuwaje, iliumuna gani. You are only exploring. But there is this where you are meeting somebody seriously. Akili yako ukikutana na yeye unamwambia ya kwamba bwana, unajua wenyewe umisi kulala. Na kumbe ulingorota kabisa. Mimi sikulala. Hata ukulala. Unajua hata mimi enyewe niliotanga tu wewe. Hadi mnadanganyana tu style yenu, but mambo haya yote. At least at that point there is somebody serious. Unajua wengine hata mkiuliza, niliuliza kijana mwingine, nikamwambia uniletee bwana best yako nione. Ati mgani reverend? I want to meet your girlfriend. Mimi sina. Kaniambia ana. Sometimes later, I've met a guy ananiambia, I've been staying with her from August. Na ulisema una huyu umetoa. Hiyo ndio maneno bwana. So that is it. Someone specific and it's serious. You are not just meeting. Akili yako iko hapo. Kama kuna maombi unaomba, unasema Mungu muweke salama. Nimuone tena. So I think up to that point you just got some difference. We have said courting or courtship is a relationship between a man and a woman in those early stages. Now umeona the two words, they are more or less. Yeah, but nimesema the old school is courting. Na leo ni dating. Now, are you seeing whether you are courting or you are dating? Whether you are courting or dating, what you are trying actually is to make sure that you understand your other partner. You understand your friend. In fact, when you are dating, nimewapea 3 issues za dating. Bunione mlikamata. Ya kwanza kuna yule ana date akifanya nini? Kuna exploration, alafu mwingine? Wewe acha wavuka hapo. Exploration. Yaani yenye umeshika tu ni exploration. Nimesema tu hata ile occasionally. Occasionally. They may not have been any strings attached. But you know, when you're meeting somebody even occasionally, the treatment anakupea anawacha some soft spot in your heart. You go thinking. And hiyo unaweza fuatilia. Alafu ingine occasionally exploring seriously. Are you seeing? It's not about exploring. Mimi nimemaliza. Ebeneza kama ni wewe. Na mrembo ametangaza. Amesema liwe ni liwe. Mimi nitakufa na wewe Ebeneza. Hata ukitaka kutoroka utoroke. Unajifanya una pesa ya chips kuku, anakuambia nina kidogo pocket money. Tutaenda tukule. You are not running away. Bwana asifiwe. It's too unfortunate this thing may close. So courting or courtship is a relationship between a man and a woman. It's early development stage wherein they get to know each other. If you want to develop, I think this thing has to close. And develop a deep relationship so that they could purposefully explore the possibility of marriage. Actually, and my dear sons and daughters, pana haribia mwenzako time. Kama unajua ya kwamba you are not into this business, wacha kukula chips kuku ya mtu. Na wewe kama unajua bado kili yako ijasimama, wacha kununua chips. Because the idea why you are doing it, why you are dating, why you are courting is that you want to marry this fella. Or you are ready. And alafu unajua unapangiwa dates, unaenda hookups. But your idea is not for marriage. You are wasting somebody. Huyo mtu huenda angepata jamaa, angepata mwenzake, lakini wewe umempotezea wakati. When the two of you are seen together, Ebeneza anarudi anasema, inakaa huyu Cynthia ako na nyaroto. Akili yake inaanza kugonga anatoka huko. Kumbe Ebenezer ange-approach since. But now you have wasted an opportunity, Ebenezer. Because Nyaroto unanunua tu chips, hauna mwelekeo. Sawa. Hauna mwelekeo. Na unajua also naye since anakaa tu anaona at least Nyaroto is kind, is what? But Nyaroto ndani ya akili yake nyiti. So if you are not ready, please kindly don't you dare, because you are going kusumbua mwenzako. Dating, on the other hand, is a modern day sinasema relationship trend where the couples meet socially, ndio hiyo tulimaliza. Okay, the meaning of dating varies from one. Dating could mean you are seeing somebody occasionally, nimesema, or you are going on dates, or you are dating someone specific and is serious. Now, emotional. Courting cultivates a deep sense of emotional closeness, which is not really the sense around dating. Because in dating, people tend to withhold their emotions pretty well for many reasons. Tumeenda tu kama ni kuenda kuswim, sisi ni mabadi, tunaenda tu kuswim. But wewe mwenye una haja, you look for traits, characteristics zenye you think they are good for you. When you are dating, please, shida ni kwamba people begin courting and then dating. When you are dating, your idea is only to familiarize. At least ujue sio tu jina yake, sio tu Cynthia. Anaitwa Cynthia na ni mtoto wa 9. Amefanya form 4, ako college. You are only familiarizing. But now when you say you are courting, hata tu mpumbavu mwenye hakusoma ukisema nimekoti kitu ni kumaanisha nini? So you know, now when you move ahead, you are now saying it is her, it is him mwenye umeweka kwa kichwa. But still, even at that, now you really want, maybe kuna issues zenye umeona ndani yake zinakaa kushtua, lazima uweke safety belts, ujue sasa vile utabalance hiyo relationship in future, even into marriage. Maybe umesikia ni mtoto tu wa maskini, sasa tutakuaje? Na mimi naye kwetu watakubali. Sasa you want begin working on things, because your idea is that this is the fella I want in my life. Haya, kuna ile yenye yeye atakuona na pia akusomi. So what you are just learning and understanding each other for the better of yourselves tomorrow. So that by the time now you are saying, yes, I do, nimekubali, hii ndio marriage. Umejua vile utamhandle. Akiwa ni mtu mwenye ana deal na emotions zake vibaya, you know. Akiwa ni ako temperamental, you know. Najua kuna wasichana wengine wanaweza kuchapia juu kabisa. Mpaka wewe mwenyewe usikuwe na say. Sio mbaya. Once umeunderstand yeye, kwani ni mbaya ukaliwa chapati na muishi vizuri. Kaa, tulia. But you see, it calls for a good courtship. You are understanding your other party. Ulifanya dating, ulimuona ukaona, nimeona haka kafiga, niko sawa. At least nitaka mtu amesoma. Hapo niko sawa. Familia yao ni watu wanaweza ni boost wako kwa pesa. Ni sawa. You have gone round understanding her. Now, even in courtship, in dating, you have not made any proposal. In courtship, you are not also making any proposal. No. dating hakuna proposal. But simultaneously, as you get into courtship, you already have talked to a point whereby yeye anaelewa unamtaka, wewe unaelewa anakutaka. Mnatakikana. Mnatakikanana. Very good. So, if there is anything you want to defend, is this person. If there is anything you want to work on around, is this person. You courting. Let me tell you, don't cheat yourself that wacha tu tuoane, hii vitu tutatengeneza mbele kuzuri. Hakuna. Tengeneza sahi. Kama ni courting, mtu akileta shida, weka kofi mpaka anguke. Akiamuka, unashikilia unasema I still love you. Wacha ajue the real you. Don't cheat. Yes, don't cheat. Wacha mtu ajue the real you. Amfanye uamuzi. Ili mtakapokaa anajua huyu ako hivyo. Okay, sisemi makofi na what I'm saying is that be yourself. Okay, guys? Be yourself. Sawa. Wacha hiyo vitu ya kujidanganya alafu kesho unakuwa mtoto ya mama kulianga. Unajua there are those boys watoto wa mama. But hey, this lady. Sasa this lady madhe aliolewa wewe. So for some, dating is purely a physical, purely physical. So dating nimesema is more of a modern day, ndio. But for some, dating is purely physical, so they do not feel anything. In fact, it's a form of courtship, but without the emotional part. Courtship is developing a deep relationship before getting married. Sasa nimewambia wewe umedate umekula chips, lakini sasa inafika mahali bwana. Usikae sana ile ya kwamba you are wasting the other. Make a move. Before, if you are wasting time, jamaa Beneza hako atatokea tu. Na yeye utashangaa, kwani what was wrong with you sis? Beneza saw an opportunity. Na yeye move. And this lady was waiting for your proposal, which you did not do. Sasa nani ana makosa? Ni Beneza. Bwakari ana makosa. So, sexual intimacy is very common in modern day dating culture. In fact, most couples in the dating scene would have sex within the first few encounters, or even after their first date. They would prefer sexual intimacy over emotional intimacy, with no strings attached. Yeah? Umesikia hapo? Nachukua tu mwenzako, alafu you see, because you know my daughters sometimes nashindwanga. And saa zingine mimi ukikuja kwa ofisi uniambie vitu kama hiyo na uone nimeamuka, kaa steady kwa sababu naweza weka kofi. Ya kwamba he just used me. Used you what? Used you what? And you see, this is what we are saying. That these fellas have no business with you. It's just a sexual encounter na wamemaliza. No strings attached. No strings attached. Na mnataka kuniambia iko msemo wanasemanga ati unajua unaonja kwanza ujue ile forget. Utaonja sio mzuri unatoka. Unaenda unaonja sio mzuri unatoka. Utaendelea kuonja na utabaki ukionja. Even in marriage you will have one wenye unaona bado sio mzuri, utaenda kuonja huko nje. God forbid. Bwana atusaidie. So many people believe developing a relationship involves growing intimacy, which is mostly sexual and part emotional or both. Even men and women use each other only for physical gratification, but not necessarily. Courtship, on the other hand, strictly follows a no-sex policy before marriage. In fact, it preserves sexual contact for marriage only. Wewe ulishaniona, umenikubali, nimesikia yako. Now wewe ngoja, go slow. Hii maneno tutamaliza huko siku ile ya after we say yes I do. Commitment. Nimesema kuhusu kitu ya kwanza emotional, then physical, then commitment. The purpose of courting is commitment. It involves getting to know each other by spending time with each other with a prospect of getting married. The whole idea, why are you always seen together? Prospect of getting married. Na mimi wacha niusiwadanganye. The moment the two of you are working together, hata wazee wanaanza kuangalia. Wanasema hapa iko kitu. But the unfortunate thing today, you people work together na hakuna kitu. And I've told you the danger is that the other fella who would have married you, mumemweka kando, anaona the two of you have something in common, so anakaa kando. Yet hakuna kitu. So don't waste each other's time. If you have no business doing anything together, stop it. At lunch time, situende lunch together. Tunaenda Kisumu, so nipeleke. Anakupeleka nini? You have no business, you have no business. Kuwa busy, fanya hustle. Zako hustle, tukutane mbele. Tusaidiane maisha na pesa zikipatikana. So courtship is like a promise to make a commitment to marriage. Courtship is a commitment to honor God's will as you seek a partner for life with blessings from parents and mentors and under the protection of God. Listen to that. I've mentioned blessing from where? Parents. Which means now people around you even wamejua hapa Bwakari iko kitu ana kwa boma fulani nini. And the whole thing is with prayer. Yeah. Is with prayer. Lakini umeenda umechukua msichana, mumeanza hata saa ile wazazi wanatafuta kujua ako mimba tayari na unatuambia uko courtship. Now, you know, those are things that are very serious. So in contrast, dating does not account for readiness of marriage with no long-term commitment whatsoever. Are you getting now the difference? Yeah. Kama mtu ni pumbavu, wewe kula tu chips yako. Haimaanishi there is something serious. No. Yeah. Because amekupeleka umekula chips, umeona ni pumbavu. Tena uendelee kuolewa naye. You've only discovered the other side of the coin. That this fella alidhani pesa yake ndio inanimove. You know, some of these men would think kukupe yako pocket money sasa wamekuwini. Hawasemi kitu. Usemi kitu unadhani pocket money ndio kuwini. No. So when kula tu chips, but itakusaidia kujua how stupid the fella is. And when you discover, you tell him, man, endelea na hiyo ujinga yako, acha mimi songe mbele. Sawa sawa. So instead, couples date for mostly fun and enjoying physical adventures. While to some, dating is a prerequisite to a long-term relationship or not. Actually, in dating, there is little you can sense ya kwamba, mimi nataka ati nimeona nataka kuoa pana. Ni ile tu kufamiliarize. Ni ile tu. But once you move from that, you transit from that stage, you get into courtship. Courtship is that serious. You really want the best. Hata kama yeye ametoka jamii maskini na wewe una uwezo, hata sasa unaanza kununua nguo na compare na unamuimprove, anatoka from using a phone anaanza kutumia gadget. Sasa hapo maisha inaanza kuwa mzuri. Najua Luos, we don't use phones. We use gadgets. So that is that, ladies and gentlemen. Courting is a relationship between a man and a woman wherein they get to know each other and develop their relationship before getting married. Dating is a modern day relationship trend, a stage where the couples meet socially or regularly to see if they stand a chance to be around each other. Courtship is like a promise to make a commitment to marriage. Dating does not account for readiness of marriage with no long-term commitment. Are you seeing the differences? The other difference, the third, courting preserves sexual contact for marriage only. Dating, sexual intimacy is very common in the modern day dating culture. Ninaenda date. Ni Friday. Hiyo ndio biashara. Four, courting cultivates a deep sense of emotional closeness between the couple. And you feel you are not mwezi wachana. There's that closeness. You begin now reasoning together. You begin talking issues. Mimi ningependa kwa maisha nikuwe na watoto tu wawili. Na yeye anakuambia, bwana wawili ni wengi, kamoja tu hata kanatosha. No, you begin psyching yourself because don't take for granted whatever is said. It may work for bad when you get into marriage. Because utaingia na uanze kupata wawili ufikirie utaenda watatu na kuambia excuse me. Umesikia mimi ni ng'ombe hapa ya kutoa watoto. So dating is a form of courtship but without the emotional part. The last one, courting seeks accountability of parents or mentors under the protection of God. Hapo sasa uamuzi unafanya na unakuwa unasumbuka ndani ya moyo wako, unashika yeye, unapitishako mahali wengine wakiona, baadaye unapiga, uliona mwenye nilikuwa naye, unaonaje huyo sinzi? Na wanakuambia hiyo umechoma. So in dating there is a little or no accountability with the family in a dating relationship. Hiyo ni vitu kasho. Umekula chips. Na usiniulize ati nimekulanga chips zako. Kwani ulisikia singeweza nunua? Kwani ni wewe ilikuwa ndio ununue peke yako? There are other men hata wangenunulia. There is no attachment. Na hakuna mzazi kukuuliza. Hiyo mlimaliza kama ni swimming ulilipia swimming imeisha. Hallelujah. So summary, courting is about developing a deep bond to ensure the relationship has clearly defined direction and is going just the right way. Courtship is all about commitment and accountability. It is a commitment to honor God's will, or you seek a partner for life. In contrast, dating is a strictly no commitment policy, but with a little chance of long-term relationship. Umesikia hapo, with a little chance. It means that ule mtu unapeleka date, ukweli ni kwamba inaweza fika mahali akwe ni ule mtu unatafuta. Vile Mungu amekuelekeza na muanze kukota. Sawa, or else saa zingine usilaumu mtu akikula vitu zako. Dating is strictly no commitment policy, but with a little chance of long-term relationship. Courtship is about getting to know each other and developing a deep relationship before getting married, whereas dating is most physical with no strings attached and no emotional intimacy. Wapendwa, usiende date ukapachika mimba na ukarudi ukidhani unacheka ati wao nilipata. The moment unamwambia una mimba anaruka. Hawa no. Watu malongi. The moment Ebeneza anasikia hata wewe unajua mimi naenda college. Hata school fees mama na struggle. Usiniambie hiyo vijinga. Then unaanza kusumbuka. It's because huyu mtu kwanza yeye alitaka tu somebody, a company. Na hakujali kukununulia chips. Alitaka tu aonekane pia yeye anaweza ongea na mrembo. Huyu mtu hakuwa na, there is no seriousness, hakuna commitment. Umeenda mumelala. Kesho yake unaanza kutapika. Shauri. Bwana asifiwe. Kumtegemea Mwokozi kwangu tamu kabisa, kukubali neno lake, nina raha daima. Bwana asifiwe. Now there are things I want to tell you that you need not do when you are 15 courtship rules. All modern daters should know. 1, show up on time. Show up on time. Unless you have a good excuse, there's no reason to be late when you have scheduled a date with someone. Be there. Be there. And that's why I was just saying, sidanganye mwenzako. Ati nitumie transport. Na kumbe transport ilikuwa ya kununua samaki ukule kwa nyumba ushibe peke yako. Don't do that. 2, express your intentions when you are doing what? Saile muko kokote. Just express your intentions. Pana feature. Unless you have a good excuse. You know, while you don't want to overwhelm a date, you do want to make it clear what you anticipate from your dating experience. At least that's what courtship rules say. Be clear. You don't have to get down on a knee, but express whether you intend for this to be a casual, long-term, brief, or looking to get married. Then gauge their reactions. Because mtu anaweza kuja tu anataka kukuchezea. Muulize, so kulikuwa na ka WhatsApp kile tulikuwa naangalia. Msichana anauliza. Naambia jamaa anasema, "Oh, I love you." What means that you love? What shows or means that you love me? Because of ABCD, because of what, na akamwambia sijui nini, na msichana akamwambia, "Okay, enda na ujinga yako." You know, be just, sorry, this thing has gone off. But when you are quoting, please, be, other than being there, be open and clear. Umesema tunaenda Kisumu. Kufanya nini? Now, msichana, my daughters, once you ask that question, kama ni Brian anaanza pia kuchora, ajui ya kujibu nini. Tunaenda tu raundi. Okay, na hatuwezi tutembea hapa Kakamega. You must now send shivers into him. Let him be a man enough to tell you exactly what he intends. Okay, Brian, we are going to Kisumu. Tunaenda wapi? Tunaenda hoteli gani mzuri Kisumu? Dunga Beach. Tumeenda huko. Okay. Now tunaenda kurudi ama tutalala huko? Na Brian mjinga anasema tunaenda kulala. Okay. Tunaenda kulala. Okay. Tutalalaje? Wewe kwa room yako ama na mimi kwa room yangu? Tutalala tu kitanda moja. Okay. Alafu namwambia Brian, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I am not ready for that kind of business. But I have no problem meeting you. I would meet you separately, but hiyo biashara, can you hold it for another day? Tell me, what are you trying to do? 1, remember the scripture says perseverance forms character.
Amen.
It makes you a man or a woman enough to deal with issues. Sio tu ati mtu amenunua chips kuku anaenda kulala na wewe. No way. No way. But you have set boundaries, you are very clear. Another thing, we have said in courtship, sex should not be the issue. Sex. Remember, familiarity brings content. Familiarity brings content. Saile amekujua. And don't think this is only for men. I am telling you. Once the lady has discovered what you are, she will put it in her head, ndani ya kichwa yake, and she will never forget that first date, how useless you were. So hold your horses. Things are just coming at the appointed time. When God's appointed time comes, and you will have your fun, you will have your life. Don't you be in a hurry. Let sex not be the real issue, the priority. But you can always shelve until the appointed time. Remember, when you have sex before marriage, whatever you are having sex with may not be your wife. Sasa wewe utaanza kukaa ukieleza watu vile ulikuwa na relationship na wanawake wa watu. Because wataenda waolewe. Alafu the worst is that anaenda kuolewa na rich man, very successful, and wewe ukimpita unasema unaambia watu ati huyu alikuwa kwa girlfriend yako. People look at you, they cannot compare. Wewe na yeye. So hold your horses, just be good to yourself for godliness, so that God can bless you. Na mimi musema msidanganyane. Msidanganyane. Be honest with each other. It says. And also, don't do anything under chini ya maji or chini ya meza. When you come to courtship, let your parents have a say also. It's a blessing you receive. You know, you may not know you're bringing somebody mwenye hao wanajua ya kwamba kwao ni wachawi kabisa. Ama kwao babu alikuwa mganga kabisa. Na wewe unajimwanga ndani, and you are not even a prayerful fella. Na kuambia utasumbuka na madhabahu ya mababu za watu. But when your parents also take a space in what you are doing, they crown a blessing over the whole marriage. Because laptop yangu imezima, I allow now to receive questions. Can we discuss? Courtship, marriage, dating, tumeongea. Hook up, najua